Alright, so, where last we left our heroes, Jai Kwaikhan,
Ichan.
Kwaishan, the human monk played by Michael Angelo himself, Lhugan, the paladin, the raging barbarian paladin played by Liam, Ellaria, the Medusa Warlock played by Miranda, and Gammon Shellbeard, the Tortolan played by Filipito. No one has any corrections? I got everyone's name correctly?
We got Richie.
Oh, right, sorry. Reggie the Rhino and Squire Gron. How could I forget anyone?
About Wagon. Can't forget about Wagon.
And Wagon.
Yeah.
Damn, I can't forget about any of these things, can I?
Can hurt Wagon's feeling.
Yup. Definitely. So. Sorry, I just feel very out of the groove because we haven't done this in a while. I feel out of my mojo. I haven't run a game in a month.
Yeah, they have pills for that, Seth.
If your DM hasn't run a game in a month, please see a doctor.
Ask about these special pills. They will fix them.
Ask about Dungeon Master dysfunction today.
Well, as we left our heroes, they had sailed across the frozen lake to find the lake monster. After convincing it to cooperate, it took them to the Black Cabin, where they confronted a magical device that had been tampered with and managed to convene with the spirits. After that, our heroes were preparing to leave when they saw mysterious lights coming towards them in the forest. Instead of fleeing, our heroes moved towards the lights and laid an ambush at a bridge to ambush and murder whatever monsters were coming to befell them. And it is there, my mouth is... It is there, at a frozen bridge, that our heroes defeated the monsters, and then they went to the small town of Tremolane, and it is there that you guys are resting up, at the town of Tremolane.
What were the monsters on the bridge?
Do you guys want to describe them for him?
I
Sure.
don't think we ever actually knew.
They had lights in their head.
Sounds like aliens to me. Strange lights.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find them so I can give you a handout.
And there's like flying.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
ice devil thingy.
Yeah.
Nice devils, eh?
Ice imps or something.
Here's the handout. Show to players. There you go.
Oh, Jesus, Cold White Walker.
Flashlights.
What's wrong with your face?
And then it was these things.
Oh, ice Meffits, those little cheeky bastards.
Yeah.
Remember they were from Neverwinter Nights.
Very good, very good. Anyways, yes, so that's what you guys fought at the bridge, and then you guys went to the small town of... Oh, actually, wait. Was it... Hold on. Did you guys go to Lonelywood or Tremolane? Oh, I think you guys went...
We went to Lonelywood.
To Lonelywood, yeah. I was looking at the wrong one.
Wait, is Lonelywood a town?
It's a small town, yes. Tremolane is a bigger town.
I see.
Lonelywood's like a village. It's a small
Right.
village. Here, let me swap over to that one's map. 10 towns. Lonelywood.
New time now.
Oh wait, no, I think we did go to Tremolane because all of the quests are from Tremolane.
Excuse Miranda.
Oh, it don't look like the map. What's the map look like for the other place?
Let me find
It's
it.
been.
Oh wait, no, then there's also a quest from Lonelywood Town.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
pretty
so-
okay.
certain it
Which
was
is it?
Lonelywood.
Okay, you
Yes.
guys are at Lonelywood. We've made up our minds. You guys are at Lonelywood, I feel.
There we go.
Because we weren't sure what we were wanting to do next. If we want to go back into the forest and try and find the druid, the traces of where they'd been, or if we were going to continue on Phil's mission.
There's a quest to speak with Speaker Matthew in Turtmalane to learn about a beautiful mine. Or I don't know which tavern. Oh, 10 Towns? Wait, no. A local trapper. Oh, Goodmead, is that another town or something?
Yeah.
And then there's the White Moose, which is Lonelywood Town.
So, as Miranda was saying, you guys stayed here for the night so you guys could decide on what quest you guys wanted to pursue next. Based on, did you want to pursue the druid? Do you want to pursue one of the side quests? Or do you want to pursue Phil's quest? Is that what you said, Miranda?
Yes.
Okay. So
my quest was to find a shapeshifter who took my form before he killed me as a dwarf. Is that the quest you're talking about?
Yes. Yeah, because it was the one that we had to travel to, like, way over the other side of the map.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's the one.
And then I think it's also I think maybe the dead guys mentioned that the druid also could be helpful for you.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
you might
Yeah, just
potentially
if we
have
wanna
some magic that might fix you, but that's up to you.
What village are we currently at again?
You guys are at Lonelywood.
Well, I think the White Moose was also a quest available at Lonelywood.
Yes.
yeah, that was the one that's at Lonelywood. And then the Beautiful Mine is for Tourmaline. I don't know what the Mead Must Flow is for. A local trapper of Goodmead. Is Goodmead a town?
Yep.
Okay.
It is.
That was the one that if we were heading towards for Phil's mission, that was the one
There
that
we
is
go.
on the way, I think.
Yeah. We still also have the Lake Monster quest.
You guys never turned that in, yeah.
Yeah,
Which
well,
would
technically
require going back to Bremen.
We've technically identified it, we just didn't kill it.
So, up to you guys. What the plan is here.
What are people feeling like?
No.
I mean, one way we could do it is if we went for the White Moose, then while we're searching around Lonelywood, we could also be looking for possible tracks of the druid.
Mhm.
Because he was in this general area.
He was in the forest recently.
Yeah.
Sounds like a smart idea.
But that would mean leaving Phil's quest to draw out longer, which means that his murderer might get further and further away. Is the only thing I'm gonna say about that.
So
So-
there is that.
What are you guys doing?
If we did want to progress towards Goodmead, then we could do the Beautiful Mine quest on the way, since we'd be passing through Tourmaline. If we wanted to head to Goodmead, or we can just go for the completionist route. Just do all of them.
Just do every town.
Do
along
every
the way.
town.
Uh-huh.
Every town.
I think that's what Michael wants. He is a completionist after all, aren't you, Michael?
Fate is but a river, and we are the leaves that travel upon it.
Right.
So if fate's a river, where is the river taking you?
Wow, that is not for the leaf to see.
Okay.
Lhugan's gonna put his vote in for exploring Lowly Woods for the Druid tracks and the Moose, and then move on to Tourmaline.
Okay.
I think I'm okay with that.
The moose and
Yeah, let's go
Many-
kill some moose.
many
The
meese,
meese.
many meese and
Mises.
Alright. Go kill some Meeson, is what I'm hearing.
What
Wanna
was
go
the-
kill Liam Mooson?
What was the name of the place we stayed in Bremen? Wasn't that something about a moose? Or was it something else? I can't remember now.
Might have been a
inn.
mouse. Mini mousin.
Let me check.
Just out of curiosity.
Oh, we get freshly baked halfling-shaped cookies when we talk to the town speaker.
Mm-hmm.
Yum.
Let's see. In Bremen, there were 5 taverns.
The animal one. That was
The Grumpy Moose.
okay. So this area has thing for mooses.
Well, it is the far, far north.
Mooses.
I take it we'd have already talked to the speaker to get this information?
Yeah.
Okay. So the loggers are being terrorized by a white moose, and the beast has eluded the hunters, which are sent to kill it. So a good place to start could be like, do they have like a logging site or in the woods?
Yeah, there is a logging site where they take down freshly cut trees and they strip them and they cut them up. So if you want,
Start
you can
there.
go over there. Yeah, sure. All right. You ask for one of the local loggers and he agrees and he says, "All right, we can take you out there." And he leads you guys for about 20 minutes into the forest and then takes you guys to this big clearing where they have a bunch of just little workshops set up where they carve up trees, where they take off all the branches, they sort all the wood into different piles, and they have a little sawmill set up. There's a little stream that kind of flows beside it.
On the way, I'll also ask the logger guide if they happen to have seen any Druidish looking man walking through the woods recently.
Make a charisma check.
Alrighty. Just plain charisma.
If you have a persuasion, you can roll that.
It's pretty much the same. I'll roll persuasion anyway.
Okay.
For the hell of it. 10.
I mean, we've got quite a few druids in these parts, but I haven't seen one in many moons.
Many moonin.
Many moosins. We count months by how many moosin we see.
I'll be right back.
Would anybody take exception to you logging in these parts?
Just the moosin.
Bloody moosin.
Just that white moose. There's of course other animals in these parts. There's snowy owlbears. There's even a few trolls. I've seen a giant, but mostly they don't mind. This forest is the biggest one in this whole region, in this whole dale, and mostly we cut down as many as we cut down. We replant just as many as we cut down. So it's not like we're actually damaging the forest. You know, we've been sending out some hunters looking for that moose. If you guys get it before they do, my butcher, my brother's a butcher. He'll pay you 10 gold pieces for the carcass.
Many hunterin.
Whereabouts are these hunters?
They're out in the woods looking for it. Apparently, there's 100 gold pieces for its head.
Say, do you know which direction they headed out?
They went up towards the north. Rumor has it the winter spirit commands the white moose. It's an avatar of hers. We gotta kill it before any religious nutjobs get here and think they can give it tribute.
Nut jobbin.
Nutjobbing, yeah. Anyways, he gestures out from the logging camp. This is often where we see it. It often comes to the edge of the logging camp and starts to harass us. So if you want, you can probably investigate around here. It often comes to the water to drink after we've all run off.
And back.
Good.
This is the moose they're talking about?
Yes. So, if you guys want, whoever is proficient in survival can make a survival check to see if they can find the tracks, or investigation, though it'll be harder to make an investigation check.
I can make a survival check.
Alright.
Track
Character sheet.
the Meeson tracks.
If you go into the top right, yeah.
Characters.
I got a 13!
Alright. Jai, you start having a look around, but there's lots of fresh snow and the tracks are hard to find. So you do not find any tracks.
Can I try?
Yes.
Not many tracking.
Not many tracking.
At least the tracking.
Oh, that's a good roll. Ellaria, while you're following Jai, you see him give up just before it's the start of these very obvious moose tracks that come up to the edge of the logging camp and then turn back and head deeper into the forest.
I'll just relay that to everyone.
Which direction do they go, sorry?
They go to the northeast.
Many Meeson tracking.
Are they? Do they look like just normal moose tracks, or
They look
specifically big
a
one?
little bit larger than standard moose tracks. You've seen other moose tracks, but these ones look these ones look larger, and
Just
you occasionally see dried blood in the tracks.
Oof. Did they give like a specific description, like it's just a white moose, or it's like monstrous or something?
Well, they said it's a white moose. If you want, the logger that led you guys here is still in the logging camp. He's like watching from a distance. If you want, you can go back and ask him for more details.
Yeah, Lhugan will approach him and be like, Did anyone get a close look at the moose?
And
I
Miranda,
mean-
because you made the survival check, you roll a d20 for me, just a flat d20. And Phil, can you roll me a d6, please?
Sure can.
I have heard that it doesn't need to be a particularly big moose for it to be a scary moose.
Oh, well, you see, I haven't seen it myself. I've been here when it's come, and I've been told to run, but I've not seen it both with my eyes. But from what they say, it's got the skull of a devil with blood dripping from its fangs and its antlers, and its eyes glow red as the moon, and its ears perk up and they follow you as they track you, and it puffs out steam and fire from its nose, and it stands nearly 15 feet tall, and yeah, very
Whoa.
terrifying. And it's surrounded by like by insects, biting ones.
Ugh.
Many
Nasty.
insectin.
Many insecten, yes.
Thank you. Head back to the group.
Alright. As you go back to the group, you guys notice that there just starts to be a little bit of snow begins to fall from the sky. And if you dilly-daddle too long, the tracks will be filled in.
Does anyone want to do anything in the logging camp before we follow these tracks?
I say fully just follow.
Onwards.
Onwards, yes.
Very good. So, Ellaria, you lead your team through the tracks. Very quickly. Just check the scene.
How big are these tracking?
How big are these tracking, Michael?
Like, does it look like a 15 tall steam breathing insect
make
biting?
make a nature check or a
Maybes?
intelligence check. One of those two.
I don't have either, so
I saw you don't have high in intelligence or nature. Okay, very good.
I got a 12.
Go to 12. Jesus, hold on, I need to update some token vision before I move you guys over, because there's new token vision things, and just needs to be not so fucking bright.
New stuff.
I know, there's a whole bunch of new animations that I haven't played with, and they added support for multiple building levels on
Oh,
battle
wow.
maps. Yeah, but I've
So
not
like
played
a
with it
token
at all.
could click on the stairs and it would be taken up to the
Mhm.
next level? Or?
Yeah.
Nice.
And like roofs on buildings and things like that. But as I said, I've not played with it yet. But we haven't exactly played for a while, so.
Are these things like beta sort of stuff, or like they're
No,
full release
they're
sort of stuff?
fully in. That's why it
Okay.
auto updated, as I'm not on the beta branch. Alright. Did I not press activate? I did. You guys should slowly be moved over to the map. Okay, so Jai, they do look a little bit larger than standard moose tracks. As you guys have been meandering through the far north, you have noticed normal moose tracks. So, the tracks lead to a large circular indentation in a snowy hillside. Rising from the middle of the circle is a triangular gnomon of beautifully carved crystal that stands 20 feet tall. A 10-foot high berm hugging the circle's eastern edge has evergreens growing around and atop it, sheltering what looks like a sarcophagus buried under snow and enclosed by a half circle of pale blue crystal pillars. North of the berm is a delicately carved gazebo made of marble, and south of the berm is a row of outward-facing white marble statues atop granite pillars.
Ah, yes, perfectly normal forest things.
Yes. This is about half an hour from the logging camp, by the way. I didn't say that, sorry.
Right.
I'm gonna chuck a pebble at the gazebo.
At what part of it, Michael?
Just generally at the gazebo.
Okay. It bounces off.
Just goes.
Because
"Whoa."
the gazebo doesn't come to life and start attacking.
Why would the gazebo come to life and start attacking, Michael?
'Cause
Look,
it's
you gotta
actually
be
a
careful.
Nazebo.
You've got to be careful about gazebos, man.
No, the
I would
marble
have thought you
gazebo
would
does
have known
not
about this.
come alive. So, what are you guys doing? It should have free movement.
Walk
This
up
is-
those stairs.
Yeah, move around a bit.
So,
Can't move around. No, what am I doing wrong? Oh, is that one?
you are moving around.
There we go.
It's just delayed. You were on the correct one.
So, I don't suppose anybody's mentioned this place from
No.
what we've heard about in town.
So, Lhugan,
Yes.
you see that atop the eastern burn a granite sarcophagus rests in a half circle defined by 5 crystal pillars.
How do I?
If you-
Is there anything
If you-
about the crystal pillars?
Let's see.
Any writings or?
How do I?
Yes,
move?
there's a carving near the top of each pillar.
Ooh.
From north to south, these images depict a twig, a pine cone, a flame, a feather, and a humanoid hand.
Oh god, I feel like this is gonna. Can we have that written down?
Yep, sure, I'll write them down for
I
you.
feel like this is gonna be important.
Miranda, you were first looking at the gazebo, right? Do you want me to describe the
Is that what this thing is?
No, that is the bigger. That's the moon dial. The
No,
gazebo.
this is the way that I was coming.
Okay, just let me quickly put in chat for Liam for his notes. To south. And you stay there, Ellaria. Twig, pine cone, flame, feather, and humanoid hand. Alright, Liam.
Thank you.
Sorry, I said those as if they came from Jai, sorry. Alright, Ellaria. Rising from the center of this circular depression is a tall, triangular crystal gnomon, a device one typically finds in the middle of a sundial. It is thick near the base and narrows to a sharp point at the top. The snow around the gnomon has melted away, revealing a circle of symbols carved into the stone around it. The symbols depict phases of the moon, suggesting that the circular depression is not a sundial, but a moon dial. Something has punched a hole in the wall in the northwest edge of the depression, creating a dark opening that leads under the hill.
That part.
Yep, over there. So, pause there for 1 second, Ellaria, and I'm just going to cut to
I wasn't going to go
Phil.
through. I was just looking.
Perfect.
Yep.
Phil, are you examining the gazebo?
I would very much like to. However, my thing has gone a bit fucky. Just trying
Yeah,
to work it out.
I'm getting pretty heavy lag myself when moving my token.
Hmm.
But yeah, my map has just disappeared. I'm just going to refresh.
Can't have nice things. This isn't even an animated map. Anyway, so, Phil, you stride up to a marble gazebo. In the middle of the gazebo sits a unlit stone brazier, its bowl 20 inches in diameter. The brazier is full of snow and pine needles that the winds have swept away from the gazebo's polished marble floor.
Okay. I don't suppose I know much about naturey things, to be honest. Or moon cycles or whatnot. However, can I roll some kind of investigation check to know
Sure.
to see if I maybe heard something in my time about this sort of thing? However, I'm unable to do so myself as I am waiting for it to load back in.
Okay. I'll roll investigation for you, sure. Okay. It's a bad roll. So from what you can tell, you go up to the brazier and you try moving it, but it's pretty firmly attached to the marble floor and won't budge. Otherwise, you don't really notice anything about it. Meanwhile, Ellaria,
Okay.
you go up to the smashed hole in the ground, in the side of the moon dial, and you see that it drops about 10 feet down to the floor below. Of the floor in an open cavern, a spacious chamber tucked into the hill. Do you wish to drop down?
What else can I see? Like, does it look like you can sort of see what?
Yeah.
Like, cursed through? It's like where it's gone, or like.
Make an investigation check. Okay, you look around and you see that the inside of this hill is strewn with bones, branches, and twigs, and you see little eyes staring out at you from the darkness. Some little red eyes, some big round white eyes, and some little yellow eyes.
Creepy.
They're all different sets of pairs, and they're in different corners of the room, but they're all staring intently at where you are. You see that the rubble's kind of formed a loose ramp, and creatures could very easily climb up and down it, get into and out of this little crevice. And you see that there are also statues. You can't really see them very well, but they look like they're standing and they're facing in the direction of the moon dial. They appear to be made out of white marble, and they seem to be about humanoid sized.
Are they the same sort of ones as the other ones that are placed around?
Yep, outside, yep. They look very similar.
I don't know if I want to go on by myself.
Where all the eyes are.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Has anyone investigated the sarcophagus? Otherwise, I will.
No, no one has.
I will investigate the sarcophagus.
Okay. So,
Do I need an investigation check, or is it?
no. You
Okay, cool.
you clear off the lid of the sarcophagus, and you see that engraved on it is the image of a brazier.
Like a bra?
Like a
No,
bar?
like the burning thing up here in the
Yes.
gazebo, the brazier.
Damn it.
Well, which is currently not burning, but that's what it is. You find that the sarcophagus is made out of heavy marble and crystal, and is incredibly hard to move.
Is there any like symbolism of a moose anywhere around here?
You do
Any
not see any
statues
moose
or-
symbolism, no.
Okay.
I'm
And the
curious as to what this little statue is.
Mm-hmm. You see that it's a white marble statue. It has robes, and it is facing towards the moondial. And there were engravings on its face, but it seems that it's been worn away by the wind. But you can definitely tell beneath the hood that the face has pointed ears, like that of an elf.
And it is just staring at the sundial, right?
Moondial, yes.
Moondial, right?
Yeah, it's a moondial.
Is it night at the moment, or is it
No,
still?
it's currently like 1 p.m. It's like midday. Well,
Oh.
technically it's an everlasting night. Technically the sun never rises, but it's like it's the equivalent of daytime.
But the moon
The moon
isn't
isn't
like
up,
you know, up. Yeah. Okay.
Because the land's under a eternal winter, so it's never really daylight.
Is the sarcophagus is it too heavy to move? Or...
Yeah. Including the lid. You can try, but you just like leaning against it. There's like no
just like shifting
give.
it.
You don't feel
Okay.
anything moving.
I am going to go and light this brazier.
Okay. So while he's doing that, Ellaria and Gammon, what are you two doing?
So, what Ellaria was looking through that gap, that's where the eyes were? Is that what I
Yep.
understood? Yeah.
Yep.
I'm currently loading back in because my
Okay.
website crashed, but I can't actually see it. But I do remember where it was, so I would like to look through as well and kind of start moving through, if possible, with my
Okay.
shield up.
Okay. Gammon comes over to beside you, Ellaria, and he raises his shield and he nods towards the hole and he starts walking in. Ellaria, are you gonna go with
Yeah,
him?
I will follow.
Okay. Gammon, you descend the rocks very carefully, picking your way down. You see around you more of those elven statues facing towards the moondial. Your footing's a little bit loose because of the rocks, but you manage to get down just fine. And as you two get down to the bottom, you see all the pairs of eyes staring at you. They sort of retreat further into the room, but you get a glimpse of a few of them, and you see foxes and owls and little baby wolves.
Aminals. Okay. I assume I'd have like a torch in my explorer's pack or something.
Mhm.
I'd like to light that and just use it to be able to see and hopefully keep them at bay.
Yep, perfect. You do that. None of them are seeming aggressive. They seem more frightened by you than anything.
Okay.
So you two begin moving into the room and start looking around. And while you're doing that, Lhugan goes over to the brazier and he clears it out. So you clear out all the pine needles and the snow. And then, what are you doing, Lhugan?
I mean, I guess I could use some of the pine needles. I'm going to try and
Okay.
light it.
Okay, you try to.
Does anyone want to be out here when I light it, just in case something happens, or are you guys good for me to light it now?
I think. Well, Jai's nearby.
Should be right.
I'd call this out to
Yeah.
everyone. I'd be like, I'm light this brazier, bra,
Bra, yes, gonna light.
in case
light
something
this bra.
happens.
Razor.
Brazzers.
Okay, you light it. So you light the pine needles and some kindling from your tinderbox, and it immediately snuffs out.
Ooh.
So you light it again, and you hold it outside beside the brazier, just in your hand,
Sure.
and then you
Yeah.
drop it in, and it immediately goes out again.
Interesting. Is there any? I'm going to investigate the bra.
Okay, make an investigation check.
$19.
Alright, you investigate the brazier. You find that it's very firmly attached to the marble floor, and you see that the marble and the floor matches that of the sarcophagus. It's the same material, and it looks like it was carved and created at the same time.
Interesting. Twig, pine cone, flame.
I'll be back in just a moment. I need to
Yep.
try and figure out if I can make this thing stop crashing.
Alright. Jai, what are you doing? You
I'm
eyeing all
looking
the
at
statues?
these statues now. Yeah.
Okay. You see 6 elevated white marble statues arranged in a line depict slender robed figures facing northward. They're all facing towards the moon dial. They all seem to be similar to the other statue that you already examined.
But they're down instead of. I mean, yeah, down instead of up.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But they're raised high enough that they can see over the raised bit
No.
over here, or so they're just staring at the wall of the
Yeah.
raised bit.
Mm-hmm.
Do the pillars look like they can go up at all, or they're just literally just staring at the wall?
Let's see. So they're all staring at the wall. If you want, you can try twisting them or moving them. They are very big and very heavy. You can make a strength check.
I'll give it a try. Not to break it or anything,
Yeah.
but just to see if it's movable.
Okay.
Just to see if it's movable.
Yeah, you give it a good oof, but it's like frozen marble and your hands kind of slip on it and you aren't really getting a good grip.
Oh, okay.
Meanwhile, Ellaria and Gammon. So you two have wandered into the main room of the cavern. Now you see around you there are 3 other passages that kind of twist off from it and go into different directions. What would you two like to do?
Well, I know that this one has a door.
Yep.
I don't know about the others because I can't see up further than the corners of each. I mean, do we want to split up or just look around the current room we're in? I don't really know.
I will shout out if anyone finds feather or anything to do with twigs, pine cones, flames, feathers, or a humanoid hand, because I think they're important. Are these pine trees?
Yes.
Okay. So anyone that finds a feather.
A feather.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, welcome back. So, Gammon, you and Ellaria are looking around. There's looks like 3 side passages that come off of this main cavern that you guys are in, and Ellaria just asked if you guys want to split up or go to them together.
We should go together. Splitting up, people always die in horror movies that way.
I was about to reference that. Which one should we go for first?
I don't know.
So yeah, there's a door over here.
Okay.
And then
Seems like there's a door here as well.
Oh, okay.
In the middle.
They all have doors.
Does that one up there have a door?
Wait, can I back?
Oh, yeah, it does have a door. We've got doors. Doors everywhere. Okay, well, we may as well just see if the door's open. Can I walk up to this one, Seth, and see if it opens?
Sure, yeah. You can walk up the steps, sure. Down. You walk down the steps to the door. And it's a very heavy stone door. Oh, actually, wait. Yep. It's a very heavy stone door, but
Mhm.
you can push it open, and you guys find inside the circular chamber has an intricately carved domed ceiling about 20 feet high. A beam of light shines down from the top of the dome, illuminating a rectangular stone sarcophagus. Someone has turned this tomb into living quarters, though, as evidenced by a rack of drying herbs and an unfurled bedroll behind the sarcophagus.
Okay, and there's a book there, I see.
Yes.
Is it actually there, or is it just part of the scenery?
It is there.
Okay, well, let's check out the book, see if it's someone's diary or something.
Mm-hmm. Okay, as you examine it, you're very quickly disappointed to find that it's just a manual for a herbalism kit.
Bloody hell's bells. Alright, well, can I investigate and to see if there's anything else here that may give us clues?
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you want, you can loot it for the herbalism kit, but...
Sure, why not?
Wait, where's the
will read
loot
that.
option?
I know, it's been a while, so I didn't actually set up the lootable things for this encounter, because I didn't know if you guys were actually going to come here. I promise for the future they will all be set up again.
No, turns out I'm not very smart at investigating. Are
Okay.
you any good at investigating, Ellaria?
I mean, I'm not really, but I can give it a go.
I reckon we should just both give it a crack and see what we find.
Are you happy with that, Seth?
Yeah.
Too late. Wait.
Um,
Not good.
is it just a normal roll?
It's an investigation roll.
Yeah, but is it normal?
Oh, right, you were giving her him aid. Well, considering she
Ooh.
rolled... Well, there you go. So, as you guys poke around, you see something moving inside the bedroll.
Ew.
Ooh. Okay. Is it a snake? I'm gonna keep my shield up
Snake in
and
the bedroll, yes. There's a snake
investigate
in my
bedroll.
bedroll. Okay, you go over to the bedroll and you pull it open, revealing a little creature. It looks like a walking little berry bush.
Ah, it's some kind of creature.
Twigs and bushes. Let's see if I actually have a handout for it.
Does it speak?
I don't have a handout for the bush. I'm sorry.
Is it trying to hurt us? Like, does it have what's
So
its
as
intent?
soon as you guys pull up the bedroll off of it, it immediately shrieks, and it tries to hide in the bedroll.
Sorry to interrupt your sleep, creature. Do you speak the common tongue?
That I do, for I am awakened.
I say, and what is it that awakened you, creature?
I was awakened by the druid.
The druid. Ha! I knew it. Where is this druid?
The druid assigned me to one of his servants, Ravison. She'll be back soon. You should leave. She hurts living things like you.
Well, we're quite used to being hurt, and we're quite used to hurting other things as well. Should be no match for us, that's for sure. And now we'll go with you if you cross us.
Can you save me from Ravison?
You do not wish to be under her command?
No. Ravison is dark. I am a tree.
You are a tree. Not yet, anyway. You're more like a shrub.
I am a shrub.
No, I mean, you shouldn't talk yourself up that much because you are just a shrub.
The shrub has a bunch of pink berries on it, and they start to turn white and like wilt. I shouldn't talk myself up. I am shrub.
Okay. Oh, shit. Alright, fine. You can come with us. Out of curiosity, are your berries edible?
Yes, they are tasty berries. Please suckle them.
Oh, Jesus. Way to date.
Suckle on my berries.
Trustworthy.
Yes. You have to take me out to dinner first. All right. Well, what did you say the name of your master was?
Ravison.
Ravison.
She
And
serves the druid.
how
I
soon
can
until
tell
she
you
returns?
many things. She will be back soon. She is seeking
Yeah.
for more servants to create, like the druid created the Moosin.
Let's see. Do you know which direction she generally returns from?
She goes to the northeast, towards the giant hill, towards the
Okay, so
mound.
she will return from the northeast, you think?
She will return soon.
Okay, cool.
She
Very
returns
cool.
before nightfall so she can scry on the 10-towners and send the moose in to murder.
Ooh. What time is it now, Seth? Do we know?
It is 2 to 10 p.m.
So before nightfall. All right. Well, we have time to set up an ambush. Would you be willing to help us in that endeavor, Shrub?
I am a shrub.
You are a shrub. Good work. All right, come with us.
Okay. So, meanwhile, back to Lhugan and Jai. What are you two doing?
I am gathering a twig and a pine cone.
Okay, you gather a twig and a pine cone.
Can I put them inside the brazier and try and light it on fire?
You put them inside the brazier and you light both of them, and they both glow. They both burn a blue light, but then they turn off, as it were.
Okay. Feather! Where's a fucking feather?
Jai, do you
I'm
want to try
looking
to
for
catch a feather?
I mean, do I see a feather?
I mean, make a perception check.
Okay, I'll make a perception check.
Sure, there's like a random chicken somewhere.
Let's see if I can spot a random chicken. All I can spot is Lhugan looking around for a feather.
Yep. Ellaria.
Did I try to find
Yeah.
Can I
Yeah,
look around
sure.
for a feather?
Sure, Lhugan, go for it.
But I'll help him.
You'll help him?
Oh god.
Okay, well. You two are just looking around for a feather.
Maybe there's a bird's nest in this tree.
Do you want to climb the tree and find out? Make an acrobatics or athletics check.
Can I help him by giving him a lift up?
Sure.
Why don't you climb the tree as well?
Because you're
you
going to climb the
suggested-
tree.
I'm
We'll
just
both climb the tree.
Both climb the tree then.
oh
Oh my god, you're not finding,
both
you're not
climb
climbing that tree.
a tree.
Neither of you are
12.
climbing that. Okay, 12. That's good enough. You beat a 10. Jai's struggling to climb the frozen tree, but Lhugan, you managed to lift your way up, and you find a little bird's nest, and there's a feather in it.
I grabbed the feather.
Okay.
We found the feather.
Now for the easiest part, because you have.
I need your hand. I need your hand, Jai.
I'm very attached to my hand.
I only need one of them though.
Very attached to both of my hands.
Very well. I'm going to put the twig, the pine cone, the feather, and my hand into the brazier and then light it on fire.
Okay. Before Lhugan does this, I want to cut back to Gammon and Ellaria briefly. Ellaria, you lead Shrub out. Gammon, are you following?
Yes, I will be.
Are we wanting to look at the other rooms as well, or just kind of, go with the information we've gotten?
Yeah, I suppose we should look at the other rooms. Maybe we can ask the Shrub what he knows of the other rooms.
I am a shrub. I know that the other room, the other sarcophagus, to reach it you must use the moon.
What other sarcophagus?
In the other room.
Wait, say it again. To reach the other sarcophagus, you need to use the moon dial?
You must use the moon.
Use the moon.
Yes.
Other
Okay.
sarcophagus, is that the one in the room that we just were in?
No, that is that sarcophagus. I mean the other sarcophagus.
The one outside?
No, the other sarcophagus.
The moon dial is just like one of those combination locks on a locker. You just have to twist the moon around to the numbers.
You could be right. How does the moon dial work, Shrub?
I do not know. I am a shrub.
Flower shrub. It really shows. Okay, well, I think we should at least...
also the mirror.
The what?
The mirror.
Mirror? Is that what you're
The
saying?
mirror. It's over here.
Okay.
What?
See? And he leads you over, and you see that this underground passage narrows before ending at a wall upon which is mounted an oval mirror 7 feet tall and half as wide.
You say mirror, as in reflective mirror?
Yes.
Okay.
Encircled by a decorative stone frame.
Okay.
You say mirror weird, just saying.
Mirror.
Mirror. You say mirror.
I was like, mirror? Like what? Like a town mirror? Or like
Yeah.
There was a mayor at the
Sorry,
end of this hall.
that my English is bad.
Oh,
The
God.
mirror's stone frame glows with silvery, scintillating light.
Do I see anything except myself when I look into the mirror?
No.
Okay, cool mirror. Nice. Probably combs his hair in there or something. Your magic, Ellaria, can you sense anything from that mirror?
I just used like the Arcana chip.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you had detect magic, that would be automatic. But yes, you can make an Arcana check. Yeah, you walk up to it and you feel a heavy, powerful magic radiating off of it. Like it's
Mirror.
like it's at least the equivalent of like a 5th level spell, and it feels like it's attuned to some creature.
And it, like maybe could it be that mirror is a doorway or a passage potentially? Or no, it's just a mirror.
Potentially, no. It's definitely a heavily enchanted mirror.
Moon.
Not moon. Mirror. It's a heavily enchanted mirror.
The mirror is the
With
moon?
powerful magic.
Not just a mirror.
Maybe we can reflect light off it, like the moonlight or something.
It's an idea.
Yeah, I'm loading back in because my game keeps crashing. I don't know what it says, but can we look at the other room?
Sure. You guys go over to the other door. And unfortunately, as you climb down the stairs, you find that it is locked.
Oh, no.
You see that on the door, engraved with a white semicircle, the symbol of a half moon, with its rounded edge facing towards the right.
Facing towards the right. Okay. That looks like a puzzle to me. I'm instead going to try and bash it down.
Okay, sure.
Okay, I'm gonna step out of the way.
Go for it.
What do you want from me? A strength check?
Yep.
This will show you puzzle door. Strength. That's a good roll, isn't it, Seth?
You slam into the door and you feel it not even budge.
Shit. Okay. Does it have a keyhole?
No, the key is the moon.
You're very cryptic, Shrub. You know that? You're a cryptic Shrub.
Your Warlock can cast spells. I can teach her to cast the moon if we sit here all night.
Oh.
All night isn't by the time the lady's gonna be back.
Yes,
Yeah.
it would require a long rest to teach you the moon spell. But you could use it to open the door, or you could figure out the moon dial.
Okay. And there's nothing you can do to help us with the moon dial.
I am a shrub.
You are a shrub. You're a good shrub. Get out of the way.
I wonder how many times it's going to have to say that before you start understanding.
I'm just trying to double check that he has no secret information in that little shrub brain.
Meanwhile, Lhugan, you put all the ingredients in, including your own hand. Which hand? Left hand or right hand?
Right hand.
Okay, you put your right hand in, and then so you're holding the torch with your left hand, and you go to light it all, right?
So you put your
I'll
right
announce
hand
everyone
in,
that I am lighting the brazier.
and you put your right hand out, and you put your right hand in. You shift it. I'm just going to be watching. You seem very assured of what you're doing.
Adventure!
Okay. You leave your hand in the brazier as you light everything, and immediately the flame glows green. But you feel an incinerating, searing pain on your hand, and you see the green flame rises up to your wrist, where it makes a circle around your wrist, and you feel it beginning to dig in, beginning to sever your hand. Do you want to pull
Oh
your
shit!
hand out?
I
Jesus.
need that.
Okay, you pull
I'm gonna
your
take
hand
that
out quickly. Your hand's still on fire from the green flame, but it begins to die off. Take 10 damage.
Before
Yeah,
the
man.
fire
There's a
completely
small-
goes off, right? Oh man,
Uh-huh.
can I run up and touch the sarcophagus?
As soon as you take your hand out, the fire
okay.
goes out.
Just, okay, yeah. 10 damage.
You really did just set your hand on fire.
For science.
Well, he figured it out. He has the solution. He just needs someone to leave their hand in it.
So who doesn't need the hand?
I have a twig here that probably has hands.
I am a shrub.
Yeah, the shrub doesn't need its hand.
Does the shrub have a hand?
And
Oh, it needs to be a humanoid hand.
Ah, shit. Do turtle hands grow back?
I think you're on the third, Phil.
Oh, shit. I don't know. Sometimes lizard things grow back like their tails, you know?
I don't think torso limbs grow back. I'm sorry.
No, fair enough. No, that's fair enough. What
mean,
what if you
you
had a
can try.
dead person's hand?
If you fill us in about what you find out, Lhugan would say, well, if we're waiting for someone...
Well, yes, I will go and fill these guys in as to what we learned.
All right.
Are any of these statues humanoids?
They're all elves. They're all elf statues.
I'm gonna go and break off one of their hands.
Okay. Okay, make a athletics check. Oh, Cindy gets a pillow. Okay, Lhugan goes over to one of the statues and he breaks off its hand. Which one, Lhugan?
The right hand.
No. Which
Oh,
statue?
You know what's oh, should I do this one up the top here?
I don't know. I mean, him asking you which one suggests that they're important. They all look the same, though.
I'll just do this one here.
Okay. You go over to that statue and you break off its right hand, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you grab its right hand and you smack it a couple of times until the marble cracks and you pull the hand off. And as you do so, the statue begins to shake and then it twists and it descends into the earth with a loud grinding sound.
No, bird.
You're welcome. And then I'll go take the hand and chuck the hand in the brazier.
The moon dial starts to grind as it moves.
I did a thing.
Is that from the statue?
I think I broke a statue and now it went into the ground.
Maybe that's a bad thing.
I don't know, I just needed its hand.
Well, does the hand work in the fire?
I've got to test it in the fire.
You seem very confident in what you are doing.
Right. Anyway, so you go over and you put it in the fire in the brazier, right? And you light all of it, right?
Yep.
You light all of it and it all glows green. It burns. And as it burns, all the objects dissolve. And as they dissolve, and I just want to quickly point out here, it does say a humanoid hand, and technically that is a humanoid hand, so I'm going to go with the limb idea here. It does not say it has to be a living hand, it just says humanoid hand. So, okay, Liam.
Science.
You hear a clicking sound as the sarcophagus lid begins to unlock and move to the side.
This one here?
This one up here, yes.
I would like to investigate. Yes, let's investigate.
Okay, guys go up to it. And as you do, the lid slides off to the side, and rising out of it is a mummy.
Oh shit.
The mummy
how
rises
about
out
you?
of it like a horror movie, just straight up bending at the waist until he's
Good God.
sitting up, and then he slowly rises to his feet and he looks around at all of you and he says,
I still have my torch, don't I?
yes?
I would like to stab him with the torch.
He looks
my
around at all of you and he says, what? Where? And then
Oh.
Gammon stabs him with the torch.
Oh,
He seems like he was not sentient.
You seem very confident in what you're doing.
You stab him with a flaming torch, and he looks down as his mummy wrappings begin to burn, and he looks up at you. Ow! As he starts to catch on fire.
Can I try and pat it out?
Ow! Sure.
Okay, pat it out, pat it out. My first instinct when I see a creature like you is to kill it.
Make dexterity checks to pat out the fire before it spreads. Unless someone has like water or like a water spell.
Wait, we're doing ability check, right?
Yep, dexterity checks.
Included, or
If you
Sort
want
of
to
like-
help pat out the fire, it's up to you.
Can I throw a snowball at it?
That's a good idea. We got snow.
Make a dexterity check.
Woo.
Alright, between the three of you, has managed to put out the fire and pat out this and pat it out, and he just looks a little bit singed. But you get the very strong smell of pumpkin spice wafting off of him.
Pumpkin spice.
You're lucky I can't feel pain.
What are you?
I am Sanar of the Moon Elves.
Why were you put in the sarcophagus?
I do not remember.
Do you have a purpose?
I don't know. It has been a while since I was awoken.
Who awoke you last?
I was last awoken. No, I've never awoken. I died and was buried here to guard this land.
Okay, how did you die?
I died to the cold. My people
Right.
were not accustomed to it. Our city fell from the sky.
In the sky.
Yes.
It was a flying city?
It was on the moon.
What?
He's a spaceman.
You're some kind of spaceman?
No, he's a moon elf.
He's literally a moon elf.
You're a fucking moon elf. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
How many of your people remained here?
I was awoken before by the dwarf, the dark dwarf.
The Dark Dwarf?
Recently, I remember he asked me where my city was. I said I could never tell a creature of evil.
Can you tell us?
I will I will follow any orders I deem sensible by those who have sacrificed to return me to the living.
Well, Lhugan here burnt his hand a bit.
Yeah, but
Four of you. You four are interesting characters. Two humans, a turtle, and a Medusa. Why are you here?
There appears to be some rabid beasts harassing these lands. They're trying to get to the bottom of it.
Seems to be
Beast
connected with
lands.
this druid.
When we crashed, there was no one here.
Okay.
There are a lot of towns built up now, and they are all in danger of this never-ending winter that this druid is creating.
It seems you've done a great job of guarding this place.
It must be hard to guard when you're like literally locked in.
No, that is what the statues are for. I am here to guide those worthy to seek our city.
It seems like the statues have done a great job guarding this place.
Yeah,
They ward those without proper ability away.
because I adjusted one and it disappeared into the ground.
You what? And he looks over and you see now that 3 of the statues have descended into the ground, and you see the 4th one is slowly descending. You started the defense. We should leave.
Oh.
Can you stop it?
If the statues are tampered with, they begin a countdown until the moon ray hits this place. Once they've all descended, everything will be incinerated in approximately 21 minutes.
Oh, we've dealt with incineration before.
Yeah, be fine.
Lhugan burns his hand on purpose. It's
The
very entertaining to
treasures.
watch.
And Ellaria and Gammon have literally been incinerated.
I do not want to repeat.
The
A
treasures
safe
of our
distance.
moon tomb will be lost.
Oh, that's not good.
No, that's bad. How do we stop this?
Yeah.
You cannot stop it.
What if we
Okay.
stop the statues from being lowered
You
in?
may try.
Put some rocks underneath
Can
them
I-
or something.
Can I lift the sarcophagus lid now that it's slid off?
The lid weighs 500 pounds. It's
Shit.
like a few hundred kilos.
Could we all work together and try and
Yeah, what if we're super
jam it under
strong?
this one here?
You can try.
We can
Go
slide it on the
to make
snow.
strength checks. I'm going to be looking for at least a combined total of 50.
I am going to rage.
Okay, you can arrange.
I'm so angry that I accidentally pushed the red button of self-destruct.
Oof. Ellaria slips in the snow and pins her hand underneath the lid.
I got a 12.
So
So that's a
I
12.
believe I can make
Yep,
it
you get advantage though.
Yes.
So you're gonna need to roll really high. Oh my god!
Me. This goes poorly.
This goes poorly. Gammon slips on the snow and falls on top of Ellaria. I'm sorry.
19.
So
Oh, no.
combined total of 31, 36. No, that's not good enough. Gammon and Ellaria are both pinned by the, pretty much, Lhugan, you lift your corner, because there's 4 corners, you each try to, like, lift a corner, you all lift it, and then Ellaria and Gammon realize how heavy it is, and they both drop it, but as they do, their hands get, like, crushed between the lid and the snow, and, like, it's not painful, but they're, like, pinned under it, held down by compacted snow, so both of you are now trapped under... Your arms are trapped
God damn
under
it.
the lid.
Is the statues lowering in like order?
Yeah.
And is it going like in this direction?
Yep, so I will draw for you. So, like, that one's gone, that one's gone, that one's gone, that one's gone.
Oh god.
Perhaps we should
I
salvage
feel like
what
this
we
is going to be
can.
the last one.
Perhaps we should salvage what we can from this area and then make our escapes.
Where is the treasure?
In the other sarcophaguses, inside the mound, and the mirror, you must save the mirror. It is our heart.
Oh god. Okay.
Also, not
I
that I
can
know
try
this
and
in
hold.
character,
Not to ruin your fun, but to open the tombs and the sarcophaguses, you must use either the spell Moonbeam or of Enter the Night combination in the moon dial.
Okay. Is there a location that we can find the combination?
I have them in my head.
Oh, which, in that case, if I am able to try and hold these statues up for as long as possible, can you guys try and figure out the combination with the mummy?
Sure.
Michael was going to say something though, and I interrupted.
Yeah,
Michael.
Michael.
Oh no, nothing. Just that you've sentenced an awakened shrub to be horribly destroyed.
Poor tree. Alright, so as you guys go to get ready to try to figure things out, you hear the cry of a moosin.
God. Hold on, Merson. We're trying to figure something out here.
And you see striding in through the snow a giant white moose with blood dripping from it, and beside it a pale humanoid lady with brown hair carrying 2 sickles made of pure ice. And she looks at all of you as she calls out, "What are you doing in my tomb?"
Get out of my swamp.
Blowing it up.
Yeah.
She sees the mummy, and her eyes glow with blue light, and combat begins.
Ooh.
Boy.
But,
Oh, man.
unfortunately, we're going to call it there for tonight, because someone has an early morning work.
Fair enough.
And this gives me time to set up their inventories and everything. Is that alright with you, Miranda?
Yep.
And level up.
Yeah.
And, yeah, we just got
How
a few
fast are the statues lowering?
It looks like
Didn't he say there was 21 minutes left?
Yeah, and that was like 5 minutes ago. So you guys will generally have like I'll be generous and say you have I mean not generous so I'll be really mean and say you have like to make it dramatic, I'll say you have 20 turns.
20 turns.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Sorry, 20 rounds, not 20 turns in total, but, 20 rounds. So, we will pick up
Okay.
there with some big drama as you guys have unleashed the Death Con. There's a Moosin and Ravishing. Actually, here, hold on. I think I have handouts for the moose for you guys. So you guys can see it. There you go. That's what the Moosin looks like.
Awakened
Ooh.
white moose. Holy shit.
You guys, moose are so aggressive.
It's
I know,
like
right?
the bunny rabbit from Monty Python.
Good
Only in moose form.
And this
gravy.
Many Meeson.
is what she looks like. And that's what the little awakened shrub looks like.
Ah.
I demand a shrubbery.
She looks like she's been eating some of his berries.
She's been suckling them. Get your terminology correct. Alright. We shall
Giggity.
call it there.
Just gonna
Unfortunately.
say, Michael, you should have let me take your hand.
Yeah,
I'm
Michael.
very I'm incredibly attached to my hand.